Moving on to stage 6, which is addition with a number line and large numbers. Obviously you can do this with any size number, and it's a method that the children may want to come back to throughout their time in school because they feel confident with it. Obviously it's the beginning of the formal method, which we'll come on to in stages 7 and 8 and 9, etc. However, there's a slight difference that method because it goes along the horizontal line. You can do it vertically if you really want to, but horizontal seems to work quite nicely. But let's look at a few different types of questions here just to see how we can work on it and look at crossing over boundaries, which will be the biggest challenge when you actually come to using the number line. But we'll start off quite simply with something like this. So I have 54 added to, let's keep it nice and simple, let's say 32. Obviously you need to have somewhere to keep your answer and the actual question so you know what it is you're referring to. You don't have to, but again, with maths it's all about making sure that all you're working out supports the answer that you get. So make sure that everything is organised systematically really does support that. When you've got a number line, adding two numbers together, it doesn't actually matter whether you've got 54 plus 32 or alternatively 32 plus 54, because you'll get the same answer whichever way around you do it. But what is really important when you're using a number line is, for efficiency reasons, is try and start with the largest number first, no matter where it is. And the more the children become confident of that, the more efficient they will be, and it's much easier for later on. So in this case, we'll start with 54, and what we do now is we partition the other number, which in this case is 32. So we have 3 10s and 2 1s. It doesn't matter whether you add on the 10s first or the 1s, it doesn't make a lot of difference, you're adding them regardless. On the calculation policy, the example does show adding on the 10s first, so you're getting the largest number on. Now you have more than one method. If you prefer and your child struggles, they might just want to add on 3 jumps of 10 so that they can work along in a way at their own pace so that they feel confident that they've got 54 plus 3 10s, because they know what the 30 is made of 3 10s, so they get to 84. Alternatively, if your child feels really confident, they might just want to go and add on straight away 30. It's the same number, it gets the same answer, but there's 2 alternative routes. Obviously, the younger the child, they might feel more confident just adding 10s on at a time, but it's whatever works for the child and the stage they're at. So, having added on the 30, the 3 10s, we then quite simply add on the 2 1s, which means 84 plus 2, as you can see there, will give us 86. We feel confident that's the right answer, so the answer is 86. The key there is making sure you're keeping numbers in order, you're referring back to your method, you're keeping it quite clear and it's well organised. And if you want to add in 10s, you can. If you want to add as one chunk of 30, you can. Having removed that question, we can now have a look at something where we've got to go and count across the 10s boundary, which again is going to be one of those skills which will really support them in later questions, especially when it comes to the more formal method. When we do look at counting across the 10s boundary, that's where our number bonds to 10, 20 really start to come into use, and you'll notice it more and more. So the more secure we are in those skills earlier on, the easier these stages are. So let's have a little look at a question which actually is on the calculation policy, which is 48 plus 36. Now, as before, we make sure we give a space for the answer, and it does not matter again if it's 36 plus 48 or 48 plus 36. The great thing about addition is it can go in either direction, go either way. Doesn't matter which one you start with, you will get the same answer. But as for efficiency reasons, we always try and start with the largest number, which in this case is 48. So we add 36 to it. As with before, you have the 2 choices. If you want to go and add 3 jumps on, because the child knows that it is 3 lots of 10 makes 30, that's one way of doing it. If the child is more confident, they might just want to quite simply add 30 on. It's all about what they feel most confident with at the time of using this method. Obviously we want them to add on 30 because it's the most efficient way. However, it's about feeling confident. They'll both give us the same answer. 48 plus 10 gives us 58, add another 10 gives us 68, which finishes off with 78. 48 plus 30 gives us 78. Now this is where we go and get the next part, which is a little bit trickier, and we need to make sure we use our number bonds to 10. When we're not counting on number line, what we always want to try and do is make sure we get to the next whole number. We've added the chunks of 10 on, so not the next whole number, sorry, the next multiple of 10. So the next multiple of 10 is 80. It just makes it a lot easier to work on those lines. Now we are adding 6 on, is the actual aim, so what we want to do is add 6 on here. Some children will feel very confident, but early on the children will need to go and break it up a little bit more. Now to make 6, to get to 80, we want to add on 2 first, which gets us to 80 nice and easily. We've added 2 of the 6, which means we now have 4 left. So we add the 4 on, which gets us to 84. We take the answer and we write it up here so we can keep it for later on, because we might need it for another question. But as you can see, the system works quite nicely. If the child is confident with just adding 30 and 6 on, it's a nice way of partitioning the number they're adding on. If they're not 100% certain, they can break it up into those 2 parts, or even 5 parts if necessary.